Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maleje Mawara Matiba, also known as the Go-Getter. Today I'm bringing you a book review from one of my all-time favorite inspiration, all things good and highly regarded, okay? So today I'll be reviewing a book titled Bassie, My Journey of Hope. This book has been written by Basetsana Kumalo. So this is basically her biography. She is writing about her life and different, journeys that she's been on as an individual, which are, listen, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. So let me just give you a backup story on how I came about to select this book, all right? So my mom is a fan. She loves Basetsana Kumalo. Every time she'd be like, oh, that woman, she's one of the ladies that I love. She's one of the women that, I love and hold so highly. And I just didn't understand, but she explained to me. I followed her career, watched some of the videos, on YouTube regarding her life. So that's how I came to know about her. So I thought I knew. Because I watched her documentary, showing different phases in her life, but I had no idea that her life is literally this incredible or on this level. Everything is almost bigger. All the things are almost bigger. Like, it's not just the good parts, but almost all aspects of her life are a little bit, amplified compared to, some people's experiences. So let me get into the book review. So the structure of the book is such that it's broken down into different parts, and the different parts have different chapters. What I loved about the chapters is they're nice and slim, straight to the point, very well articulated, very well written. So it's so nice to read. Literally, it's so beautiful to read. The reading experience was amazing. So I chose to read this book during Women's Month because, as I said, I'll be reading more biographies, and given that she's a Black woman, it was just more relatable. I knew that, reading this book, it could, teach me a couple of things, given that we may have similar background or similar experiences from which I could definitely learn from. So that's how I chose the book. And now getting into the book, I'm just going to share the lessons that I got from the book, because she does speak about her life. As you all know, she was Miss South Africa 1994. Yes, when Nelson Mandela was president, she also was Miss South Africa. She is a businesswoman, and she is less than a media mogul. She's making moves that are like, as I said on my post, if there's ever Black girl magic, she is the definition of Black girl magic. So I'm going to share the lessons that I have I picked up, and I think that would be cooler, than just saying what she wrote, that you can buy the book and read. But yeah, let me get into a couple of lessons that I learned. And first and foremost, what I loved that she described is her upbringing. She was raised in a family where they were very much strict, which we are looking at it like, but yo, ma, why are you that girl? Like, why are you that person? But the impact of a person's development in the early stages of life really does have a huge effect on how they turn out to be. One of the things that I picked up as I read the book is how she constantly referred to her upbringing and how those things are feeding into her life as a grown-up now. Being in business and, being strong, standing up for yourself. Those are the things that she has learned from her upbringing. And as she described her mother, honey, you're like, of course, it makes sense how you turned out that way, or why you turned out that way. So upbringing is super, super important. Like, whatever you expose your child to in the early stages of life does have an impact on how they turn out to be. So either good or bad, it can be, you know, changed in a different way, but the importance of upbringing, I see it in how her life has actually turned out. So secondly, we're going to step into the importance of opportunity. So what happened was, for her to become Miss South Africa, you know, you obviously have to go through the process and all that. To think that she's not the one that actually applied for herself, honey, I was like, yeah, ne? But there's some opportunities that occur in our lives that are literally life changing. Take advantage of opportunities, even if they're not within your specific line of career, but they're within your line of interest or something that you think you can take on. Do take advantage of opportunities, and that can literally change your life. Because in her, like, engaging in Miss South Africa and winning that has literally changed the trajectory of her life 360 in a way that she never expected it. And it has opened so many doors. That's why she is where she is today, and she can do some of the things that she's done today that an ordinary South African wouldn't do, because when the opportunity arose, even if she didn't feel like it, even if she thought, ah, but me, she took it, she ran with it, and it literally changed her life. Another thing is, you must be a risk taker in taking that, like, take opportunity, be a risk taker. Don't be too risk averse. You know, you want things only when they're perfect. Go out there, liaise with people, learn from people, carve out your own way. Even in how she engages in businesses, I was just shocked at the number of industries and sectors she was also included in. I'm like, my oh my. I just thought of myself, you know, as being in one sector within this whole economic participation. But literally, it's like it's almost like she opened a bottle and so boop, and she opened my thoughts to expanding myself, thinking broadly, enter into different spaces, be willing to learn, you know, just go out there and take advantage of whatever opportunity that is, like, that I am exposed to and that can help me grow. So that was the lesson number 2. Take advantage of your opportunities. Now moving on to lesson number 3 is business. Listen, to think that Basetsana Kumalo has never worked or been employed by anybody in her life, she is living my dreams, okay? She is living dreams because she is an employer. And the number of jobs she has created, she was stating in one of the, in the section relating to business, how the travel management company that she owns with her sister Johanna, I hope, please, can we have a book from Johanna as well? We would love to learn from people like that, because they be making moves, babes. They be making moves that we need to consider as young women, you know? So they're literally employing 800 people, you know, as and when the book was written. I'm like, 800 people. That is just fantastic, phenomenal. A black girl like me, like, not only are you just a manager, you started and you own this company, and on top of that, you employ so many people. So it has changed my perspective to think that I am an employer, you know. I'm a future employer. I can be an employer, and I can participate within the space of ownership, you know. So super incredible to know she enters into different industries, call it mining, you know. She owns Stolopolo Productions of all. If you don't know Top Billing by now, baby, I don't know. If you don't know Top Billing and you stay in South Africa, like, it's literally luxury, the best living, soft life in our terms, soft life. So it shows that beautiful architecture, beautiful, like, vacation locations. Listen, it's amazing. And she also like owns Espresso, you know. So that was just beautiful to read, to know that, like, all these shows that you watch, you know, I remember watching Espresso, like, god damn, listen, like, this TV show is something else. It's top notch quality, beautiful, like, well branded, within the ground, operating so smoothly. Like, to know it was also owned by her. I remember having a conversation with my mom and my little sister. They don't even know it, but you know, we expose the people. And And I was like, can you believe it? She's doing incredible work. So when it comes to business, expand yourself. I mean, if Basetsana Kumalo can go into mining, and how she explains that she's always willing to learn, being engaged in different leadership and business. Listen, the world is literally your oyster. The sky is your limit. Learn, continuously learn. I remember one of the days when I read the book, I realized how I had stopped dreaming. Like, I was like, I'm not dreaming anymore. There's nothing exciting and looking forward to that is groundbreaking for me. And then I just started to develop that, and I can see myself slowly but surely getting back and even increasing this to be like, I am more than a conqueror, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because I'm a Christian. So that's what I believe. So this book has literally not only shared Basetsana Kumalo's journey of hope, but has inserted hope in my own life. So super important. Go for business. You can do exceedingly abundantly over and above what you have ever imagined. That's what I got from this book. Now, moving on to lesson number 4 is engaging. I've been engaged in a couple of nonprofit organizations, I tell you. And for me, the experience hasn't really been great, because I don't like to beg. I don't like to ask. It's not my portion in life, But what I learned is engagement in such a space is more about you giving back and making a difference, right? Making a difference in your community, making a difference in your surroundings. So she was engaged in a nonprofit organization, not only like in a sector that I thought, as a business owner, like, why would you go into nonprofit? You're already you're there. But she ran one of the national nonprofit organizations, and the impact that she has made and the change that she has done in that period of time is really amazing. And to know that she availed herself of such opportunities to say to us, don't only look for a job, look for what you can do in your community, look for what you can do for the people around you. Given the skills you have, what you've learned, how can you make a difference within your surroundings, even if it's not like a business or a job or high income earning, but what can you do, to a point where when she was done, now she was involved on an international level. And I looked at like how the impact of some things have in our lives. You may think, just doing YouTube, I mean, this is what I love, let me just, but you don't know the opportunity that can bring for you. Open yourself up to opportunities, and that will just make you be exposed to even more. You never know. Put your foot out there, and don't just wait for things that are only paying and it's only a job. Put yourself out there, and the difference and the impact that will make in your life, the connections as well. So I loved that. She changed my perspective on that, and I'm definitely looking forward to being a part of some of the organizations that I've been eyeing on, I've been looking at, okay? I'm like, wait, I'm coming for you. So yeah, moving on to lesson number 5 is relationships. How she's created relationships over the time, and how those relationships have not only have started from a business element to now turning into personal friendships. She does talk about the lady, I forgot the lady's name, that she bought Stolopolo production with, how they have built such a beautiful friendship. To me, it's important to really have great relationships. Madiba, the relationship she shared with Madiba as well, impeccable, amazing. And some of the people that are within her industry, it's just beautiful to form good relationships and try and maintain them as good as you can. Even if they go, something goes sour, it's okay. These things happen as well. But do take into account the fact that have good relationships, be a good person. That has opened so many doors for her, and just being engaged in so many different things or so many different people's lives. It doesn't have to be on a full-time basis. Just that conversation can open you up to, in future, doing business together. Like, expose yourself, go to different institutions, be in different industries, like talk to different people and expose yourself, so that you create different opportunities, because that can lead you to literally different opportunity in terms of business, employment, whatever that it is that you're interested in, expose yourself and open yourself up to relationships of growth, to relationships of nurturing, right? Now, my favorite, my, this for me, like, I couldn't believe, I literally couldn't believe that love can be so beautiful and love can be so kind. I'm not saying that relationship is amazing and all that, right? And it's better than everybody's and it's the most perfect. That's not where I'm coming from. But what I've learned from this book is love is patient, love is kind, love is liberating. It's literally her relationship with Romeo has changed how I see relationships completely, because it's not a matter of you are mine. No, you're not mine. You don't belong to me. But I do this life thing with you. They they allow each other to open themselves up to opportunities within their interests. They have their individuality. You can tell that's Basetsana, that's what she does. And that's Romeo, that's what he loves. And given that Basetsana has such a big public persona, that didn't necessarily like have Romeo not following his own career path in a way that he wanted. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say part of the book, but you should like buy it, because literally so many things in this book are outstanding. So she said at a certain point, Romeo wanted to leave to a different country to embark on an opportunity. And normally, you know, when you're married, you wouldn't want to like separate from your family or for your loved one. But she was like, it's okay. I want you to follow your dreams. You know, for me, I'm like, yo, you know, people can be difficult sometimes, and you would think it's the norm that when you get married, then your dreaming stops, you know, you being a go-getter stops. Now you must come down and be the wife in a way that society has defined what a wife is. Hers was, we are here to push each other forward, to catapult each other to the next level, to have you be the best version of yourself and do what you've always dreamed about. Of course, there'll be compromises and everything, but I learned like love is liberating, love is kindness. Yo, their relationship together, it's literally a friendship, it's a partnership, and it's in a way that we normally don't see love play out within our societies, you know, within our surroundings. So that was for me like incredibly amazing, how they support one another, how they let one another be. For me, yeah, guys, literally gumnandi gumnandi kwa love, guys, gumnandi. So yes, those were the lessons that I learned and I absolutely loved from this book. Please buy it, especially women. Buy it, learn, read, grow, listen, engage. I'll just move on to what I loved the most. I loved almost everything about this book. Like, it was just incredible. There are pictures that I included in there, you know, of different phases in her life. I'm also going to share a picture that I took with her. I took a picture with her one time when we were in UJ, when Oprah was here, and we went to see her, the live performance of Zonke as well. Oh my goodness, what a day, my darling, what a day. So yeah, I'm gonna post that. I really enjoyed that. You know, she really did put her life out there. Not only the good, I'm explaining the good because that's what stood out for me, and like that's what I sort of wanted to tell you guys about. But she exposed, you know, the things that were not so good that happened in her life, you know, learning to stand up for herself, because people were just bringing all these news and fake news and all this, you know, learning to fight for yourself. That was really great to learn about. And then the chapters are nice and slim. The breaking down into the different parts and phases in her life, I think that was well packed and well packaged. And then the ending part, you know, different people put in their own input in relation to her, you know, from Bonang to Nomzamombata. Like, it was just incredible. And Mam Grasa Michelle as well, she put in, you know, certain, like, she would write about Bassie and the relationship that they share, which is incredible. One thing that stood out that I also loved is her talking about her mentees. I actually went to check them out on Instagram and follow them. Yeah, how she loves to mentor and engage in the mentorship program. I think that's incredible because she's building up directly other young people, of which is something that I'm very passionate about, and I do myself. I mentor younger people, especially women, like to I want them to be very successful. So we have very, frequent conversations, growth based and otherwise. So yeah, that was really great for me. The one thing that I was like, ish, no man, that could have been done better when it comes to this book is only one thing, guys. Literally, I try to think, I'm like, okay, I don't know why it's done this way, but it's fine. Like, why? But it's fine. So this book has this cover, right? Like, so usually I read when I travel. So the way I love this book, I didn't even want to damage it. So literally I had to take this out, the cover of the book, and put it separately in my bag so that I did not mess it up. Like, I didn't want it to like go through the most and not be intact, because I'm planning to keep this for a lifetime. I'm going to read it so often. I'm so excited on the lessons that I'm going to be getting in the future. So yeah, this is like, when you went to the law library, these are how the books look like. Yeah, so this is the book without the cover. I wish it could be one thing. I don't know maybe why they're separated. But I know a couple of books are like this, but I just wish like it was one thing. I like the strength of the cover, but I just wish that like they could be permanently attached together and in such a way that doesn't make this fragile. No, because like I want to shine there, like reading Bassie, so people can ask me nicely, what are you reading? Then I can tell them myself. I can tell them what they need to read and how good this is, And yeah, so that was the one thing for me I thought could have been like different. But other than that, I absolutely loved this book and I highly recommend it. Which you guys should read it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a love out of love for me. It's the message, it's the lessons for me, it's the honesty for me, it's the depth. This is it. So thank you so much. Tell me which books you guys want me to review or read. I really enjoyed this. Do go ahead and like if you liked this review. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this with a friend. Or if you're going to buy the book, also just share with me how what you've learned if you've read the book, or if you've read a similar book in relation to a biography. Do let me know what that book is about and what you learned from it. So that's it from me. Thank you guys so much. I love you. And do not forget to subscribe. Mwah.